everybody, and welcome back to the Possibly Craig YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Yes, I am back after quite some time. Obviously it's been quite a few weeks since I've posted anything up on for you. Yeah, I've had a lot going on. Obviously I'll explain a lot more in this video as it comes. Yeah, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you do put comments on there and share, because it does help my channel to grow. Also get to these videos to get to the people who need it the most. Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, and let's get right into this. Well, here I am, back again. Wow, what an interesting couple of weeks it's been. A lot's been going on, a lot happened in the last couple of weeks. That's obviously kept me off my channel. Obviously we're all come back to work now. This is the start of a lot of people phasing back in now. Obviously we're 2 weeks into being back into work. You know, how has it been? How are we feeling about this? You know, are we comfortable? Are we having the right conversations with obviously people we're around? You know, there's lots of things about, lots of things to consider. It's not been easy, but yeah. Right, let's have a little recap of what's gone on in the last 2 weeks, just in my life, for a recap. Well, COVID-19. You think, you know, it's on the news, you see on the television, you hear about it, you know, various things going around, and you think, I hope it never affects us, or I hope nothing ever touches it, you know, our lives individually. But then it happens. Guess what? Someone in my house got suspected COVID-19. Wow, how interesting that is. So world gets turned upside down. You know, next thing I've got to, you know, self-isolate. So self-isolating is obviously, we've got to make sure I'm keeping away from people, making sure that we're letting the people know that we've been in contact with, who, you know, who potentially, you know, could have maybe contracted it, or, you know, is it COVID? So yeah, there's so much that's happened. You know, first off, obviously they had to get a test. That come back as a negative. Way, woo! But then we go to the hospital because things are really bad, and they say, maybe you've had the test too early, maybe it didn't pick it up. So 1 minute he told you, okay, you've got it. Next minute he's got, no you haven't, you're alright. And then, but you may have had the test too early, so you possibly might have it. What is, you know, what's that about? That's absolutely crazy. Okay, so then further tests, various different things. You know, the stress of it, obviously having to deal with what it's like to live with somebody who you have to self-isolate, the things you have to do within your own home. You've got to obviously have separate everything, separate knives and forks, plates, towels. You know, keep everything separate just in case, you know, you've got to avoid contracting it yourself. It's not been easy. Then, you know, further tests in the hospital, scans, CT scans, blood tests, then further tests again. Eventually the final test did come back as a negative. But what a whirlwind of emotions. Well, a lot of things that have happened, that it's just been absolutely crazy, and it's just been a bit of a whirlwind. You know, it happened, I was my first day back in work, which was just ironic. First day back in work, and then a phone call. You know, partner needs to go to A&E, suspected COVID. Literally first day back in, bang. Oh, absolutely crazy circumstances, but fingers crossed, good luck. It seems like it's not COVID. It looks like it was just some, well, obviously they actually couldn't tell us what it was. Very, very strange, very, very interesting. But one of the main things is obviously she's had antibiotics. You know, she's on the mend. She is feeling a lot better now. So yeah, back in work we go. So yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy week for me. You know, it's not been easy out there. You know, a lot of people I've been speaking to, it has been tough. You know, having to separate from loved ones again, making sure that everyone's made aware. You know, it has been tough, but you know what? Got through this anyway. So we're back in work. You know, how has it been for you guys? Have you been happy being in work? How have you felt about it? Has the correct PPE been getting used in work? Now I know in my work they've really stepped up the procedures in regards to our shop where we work. We've got screens up and around us. We have to wear face masks at all times, using hand gel all the time, making sure we're keeping our hands nice and clean. We're only allowing a certain amount of customers into our store at one time. We have a flow system, so they only get one chance to go round the shop. They can't go back at all. There's markers on the floors to make sure that 2 metre distance is being kept. It's been absolutely fantastic. I want to thank my company for that, keeping us safe and also keeping the people safe that are out there. But do you still feel safe? These tactics have been brought in, and been brought in from a lot of supermarkets, and they've been happening for a while now, but then started as normal shops reopened, we started adapting them ourselves. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about, do you feel any safer? Do you feel like we're moving forward with this? Looking at the figures, there is quite a lot of high figures still out there. It has been quite tough. Still looking at the news, we're not out of the woods yet. There is still a lot to deal with, but we are getting there slowly and surely. But what have we got coming up soon? Impending.
Run.
4th of July, Independence Day in America. That's when the dreaded pubs open up again. Now I know I can all hear you cheering. Oh my word. I bet you all can't wait to get back out into the beer gardens, celebrate things that have been happening. Also, one of the things that's happened in the last couple of weeks since the last video is, I'm going to selfishly say this, being a Liverpool fan myself, that Liverpool have won the Premier League. That is a huge thing for me. I am so happy about it. It makes me really happy. It only took us 30 years to get back there. Obviously this video is not going to be about Liverpool and winning the Champions League. I just wanted to say that because I'm a little bit excited. But yeah, it's been really, really fun to hear that. Jurgen Klopp, well done to him, well done to all the players. The fans are sticking with them. It's been absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so there's that I think has sparked a lot of people to go out and about now, out into the streets, to celebrate. There's been obviously people getting broken up in like meetings down obviously the Albert Dock, Liver Buildings sort of area. Loads of people were out there, not socially, isolation, no social distancing there, being a bit silly. There will be time for celebrations, but now is not that time. I think 4th of July, when all the pubs open up again and everything seems to, I think a lot of people think that's going to be the time, like, Ray, okay, we're over COVID, everything goes back to normal. But it's not. It's not. You've got to understand that when everything opens up again, we can't be stupid. We can't go, right, okay, well, that, we must be, everything's over now. COVID's not the first thing they mention on the news when the news comes on now. It's pretty much almost the last thing they mention. The focus isn't on it as much as it used to be, because obviously current matters that are going on in the world. But it is scary to think that if we do go out and think everything's back to normal, there is a high chance for us to obviously reinstate a second wave in that, and that is something that we are really got to be vigilant about, got to be worried about, and also very mindful that we don't go backwards from this. A lot of work's been done. We've all chipped in. Social isolation, staying off work, furlough schemes, so obviously people have been affected. A lot of people have been unemployed due to the lockdown, which is very sad. But we could quite easily mess this up, and we could mess it up big time. So as as a community, as our towns, our cities, our countries, we all have to stay vigilant for this. Now that does a message that I do want to get out to you guys, that anyone who's listening, remember 4th of July isn't a free-for-all. There still have to be things in place there to stop the spike from happening, because it is going to stick with us and we're not out the woods yet. So You know, how do you feel about that? I think it's something that I'd like to hear back from you. You know, comments, leave comments down below. It's important that I'd like to know how things are with you guys, how you've been feeling, as I haven't touched base with you for a while, and I'd love to hear back from you guys. Obviously you've probably been missing me, and I hope you've been missing me. I have missed speaking to you guys and, you know, letting you know how things have been going on my end, and also the thoughts that are going on in a lot of people's minds in regards to this COVID-19. Okay, well, thank you very much for tuning in and watching my video today. As I say, it has been a while, but I'm not going to leave it as long this time now. I'm going to be reposting videos on a regular, like I have been in the past. Obviously shouldn't have any issues moving forward now, fingers crossed. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments in the section below. It is important to hear back from you guys. It does help my channel so much if, you know, people do subscribe. My channel does grow and my messages can get out there, and obviously for all you guys to hear, it is really important, and it has been an absolute privilege to speak to you again. I'm so glad that obviously I've had the time to do this again, you know, bring my channel back into the population. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and as always, I've been Positively Craig. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.